tasters, it's harvest season. The fields around my house are golden right now. Look at the blades of wind just dancing in the sunlight. It feels uplifting somehow. It feels reassuring. I think the best way to describe it is heartwarming somehow. These, of course, aren't grapes, but I promise you this is still a wine video. In most other places, wheat harvest takes place in mid-August to mid-September, much like grape harvest. But in the Eastern Mediterranean, where I live, the sun shines all year long and the weather is already warm. It is mid-April right now, and one by one, all these golden fields of wheat will be turned into gigantic bales of hay. They will be used to feed farm animals like cows and donkeys and sheep and goats. These bales are like batteries that have stored all the life-giving energy from the sun. Of course, grape harvest is still a long way away. For our international grape varieties, harvest won't start until the end of July. And that's early, comparatively, because international grapes are not used to 320 days of sunshine each year. And the Cyprus grape harvest will just keep going, as one after the other, each grape variety is ready to pick. In Cyprus, we have one of the longest harvest periods in the world. It generally starts around the end of July and keeps going until November. But for a handful of vineyards sitting at the top of the Troodos Mountains at 1,500 meters altitude, harvest can keep going into the winter months. But is the ripening season the only difference between these wheat and grapes? It would make a very short video if the answer was yes, wouldn't it? I think it's accurate enough to describe wheat berries as starch wrapped in fiber. Grape berries, on the other hand, are sugary juice wrapped in a thin membrane that we call the grape skin. Big, fat wheat berries equal more starch, which we grind down into more flour, which is great. However, although more grape juice could mean more wine, unfortunately, it doesn't mean better wine. Both wheat and grapes are powered by sunlight, but they just about fail to agree on anything else. Wheat enjoys temperate growing conditions and, like most human beings, it likes its little comforts. Nice warm weather, but not too hot, about 25 degrees Celsius. Although rain-fed rather than irrigated, wheat still prefers a fair amount of water to be optimally healthy. Oh, and plenty of food, that is a fertile soil rich with plenty of nutrients. To get maximum water and nutrients, wheat is best planted in flat land with maybe some gentle slopes. And what about grapes? Ah, well, grapes. It's not that the vines wouldn't enjoy an easy life. They would. But happy vines make very average wine. No concentration, no intensity, low acidity. You might as well be drinking Ribena. What builds character in wine is the same thing that builds character in human beings. In a word, hardship. Do you remember Tom Hanks's character from Castaway? Before his plane crashes, he is an unremarkable, slightly chubby, unfocused FedEx employee. After the crash, however, he suddenly finds himself all alone in a small island in the Pacific, and he suddenly needs to draw on all his mental and physical reserves just to survive. He becomes super fit and works out how to provide himself with food, water and shelter through sheer resourcefulness. It's not discipline, it's not willpower, it's simply what he needs to do to survive. Unlike wheat, for vines to give us the best results, we have to make them struggle. For great wine, we want our vines to survive alternate hot and cold temperatures that will ensure high sugar production and high acidity. Moreover, we force them to survive on slopes that maximally expose them to the sun whilst draining away all the water and nutrients from the ground. Why is this? Like Tom Hanks's character, when a grapevine has to struggle to survive, it changes its priorities. It doesn't waste its energy creating thick, luxurious foliage. And that's fine by us because we don't want to drink the leaves. Instead, all the vine's energy is concentrated on two things. Number one, lots of sugar in the berries, because when you're a fruiting plant, if the birds stop fancying you, what's even the point, right? And number two, an intricate root network to try and capture as many scarce water and nutrients as possible. But why keep the vines thirsty? Well, if there's lots of water available, the vines will drink too much. Hey, don't judge. We've all been there. Plenty of water creates big, plump, juicy berries. And what's wrong with that? Let me put it this way. If you had two strawberries, one as big as a peach and the other one as small as a thimble, which one would have the most intense flavor? Exactly. With berries, bigger isn't better. So, to sum up, wheat and grapes have different requirements because they give us completely different products. Great bread is a luxuriously fluffy sponge intended to play a neutral second fiddle to sandwich fillings, pizza toppings, stews. But great wine is a perfect harmony of fruit, alcohol and acidity. If you want your vines to give you great wine, then you need to treat them mean to keep them keen. Tasters, I better get back to my house, which is a stone's throw that way. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. What do you think about grapes and wheat and harvest and treating vines mean? Let me know in a comment below. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you next week.